right, welcome to the fourth and final game of the evening. Up this time is a little physics roguelike or roguelite, depending on the location, apparently. I'm like, even the developer can't keep it straight. Like all the press stuff is like roguelike, but you look at the title and it's roguelite. Oh. Anyway, naming irregularities aside, here we go. A little physics roguelike is a Plinko clone, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, okay, if you don't know what Plinko is, it's a Price is Right game where you drop balls into.
Isn't it discs on actual Plinko?
Yeah. Sorry, discs in Plinko. I'm thinking of
Yeah, I was gonna say it's if you want to know what Plinko is, it's like pachinko, but incredibly boring. If you don't know what pachinko is, then you should be watching more stuff about Japan.
Yeah,
or not if you're not into that kind of lifestyle.
Well, the thing about pachinko is it's often used in. We totally assure you this isn't gambling, but it is totally gambling with extra steps.
I mean, its primary purpose in actual Japan is it's legally not gambling.
Yeah.
The fact that there are shops that will, because you're not playing for money, you're buying little balls, and then when you put the balls in the machine, you can trade the balls for useless little prizes, and then that's all you can do. The fact that there happens to be a shop around the corner that will buy the prizes back for money is completely irrelevant.
Indeed. Anyway, getting back to the game. So, in addition to being, I'm going to go with Plinko since that's what this resembles more.
It really does because it's pretty simple.
Yeah. It's also pachinko, fires off ball after ball after ball after ball.
Yeah, it looks like here you only have a couple of drops.
Yeah. This is Plinko.
Although it doesn't look like you're specifically trying to get things into certain slots at the bottom. You're just trying to make certain things happen.
If you let me finish, with the twist that, instead of trying to get to the bottom and, win cash, you have to, you're looking to hit the bumpers, because this is a roguelike, combat type of game. Not necessarily a role-playing game, but you do grow. There is meta progression. And that is in the form of these mobile interstitials where, in the shop, you take the coins that you earn on the battlefield, such as it is, and you go and buy bumpers, new weapons, and new coin, and also new ball. And you might be noticing the color divisions here on the bumper. You got red, you got green, you got blue. You got to match up the the color of your little guy to the bumper. If those match, then they will get the prize inside, whether it be sword or coin, and the extensions therein. Because later on, we'll get more powerful whacking implements like flails and axes. And you will get like double coin, triple coin, to quadruple coin. Also, there are the Joker Ball. That's the multicolored gray one, which will grab a prize out of anything and everything, regardless of color. So it's all very straightforward. And your goal is to kill 10 monsters within the allotted ball amount. And you're definitely not going to do that on your first try. So the key here is every time you go up a monster level, the hit points increase. Oftentimes, though maybe not literally exponentially. I got as far as I think level 8, level 9. Like once the hit points expanded to 500, and unfortunately there didn't seem to be any like double digit dealing weapons, at least none that I came across. Then it just started becoming tedious. Like I'm sure I would have gotten it with enough meta progression, enough bumpers on the field, that sort of thing. But it's like at that point I was just bored. And yeah, I think that's the big problem with this game. It's not just tiny in terms of its scope. It's pretty thin on content and playability. Like, at least that's what it came across to me. Then again, I get that that's the point, but yeah, dropping 40 of the shapes into the well just wasn't that interesting, even as the board filled up. Because your strategy is going to be limited because we haven't really addressed a word in the title: physics. You've been seeing them on display. Where'd the thing go?
The demo ended, so.
Oh. That was awkward. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, when you drop the balls, shapes, whatever they're calling these things, you might notice that they bounce. And they don't necessarily fall. And velocity is involved as well, in trajectory. So guess what that's going to all involve? A little something we call chaos theory. Like, no, seriously, sometimes you're
That's kind of the entire point of Plinko, isn't it? That you can't entirely predict. You have stuff will affect where it goes, but you can't entirely control it.
But even more so than actual Plinko, because Plinko when you drop a puck, it will go down. And reliably, it will go down. It's just, the question is, where, what slot does it end up in? Here, it's even more erratic. Because sometimes, actually a good chunk of the time, your little guys will bounce off and, go up, go flying. This actually causes some problem. Because a embarrassing number of times, there were times where the shapes got stuck in the machine. Like they got stuck on a peg with nowhere to go, and there was no way to dislodge them.
So you had to reload, or?
You had to hope that the monster was killed, because you can still play around even if you kill like the bat here, you do that to get money.
Mm.
And if not, then you're kind of stuck.
Mm.
You know, you're not soft locked. I guess technically you are, but it won't matter if you don't beat the creature. The problem is, even in death, you get the meta progression. That's the LITE part here.
Mm.
And probably why this was changed to Roguelite. There. I'm like, there's some other things, like there's the free treasures you get, which will add effects. Like one of my favorites was the one that allowed the red squares to split into two when you dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And even like aiming like this, that's the result of a treasure. You can only hold up to 5, if I'm remembering correctly, and then you will have to either pass up or sell off a treasure to get a new one. Like, and I think that's about it in terms of its major components. Oh, right. Also, every time you purchase a thing, it will go up in price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I never did ended up picking up that reset thing. But regardless, the strategy really comes from where to put your bumpers
Right.
versus everything else, because that's what you're in most control of. Like, and they like you got the 2 red swords here, so naturally my left side filled with red bumpers. And likewise, the right side with the blue filled up with blue bumpers, because you're dropping them there anyway. So now, obviously, you're not going to be able to do that 100% of the time, because each peg that gets filled up that fills up a space. So there might be times where you have to put the green bumper next to not matching colors, and so on and so forth.
Well, and also, unless you buy the reset item, you can't move bumpers around.
Right. And you're also going to want to take into consideration coin versus sword. Do you want more damage? Do you want more money? So the strategy really is in the meta progression, though even that is going to be fairly limited, like, by design. So how does it all come together? All right. Like, once again, it's a game that, even though as small as it is, it wears out its welcome, because it started doing damage sponge bullshit. You made the top tier opponents very absorbent to hits. So that meant things got tedious. Like, and tedious, unexpectedly tedious is the word, because it was very clear when I got to I forget what the creature was, but it had 500 hit points, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to beat this anytime soon. So it becomes a game, a literal game of trying to get more resources, versus getting all the swords, and like running out of balls halfway through the damage pool. And this game just, isn't that interesting for that amount of time.
Mm.
That combined with the genuine tech issues here, and it's going to be the mildest of recommendations because its price is a nice tidy $5, and it does have a demo. Like I said, this game is all right for what it is, but I'm probably going to forget about it by next week, let alone by the time we do the wrap up. Petty, is there anything else you want to add to the proceedings?
Not really. The game's fine.
Yeah. Right. Galix, what about you?
Nothing particular.
All right. So, yeah, that'll about do it for this game. And indeed, that will wrap up the review session. So, coming up on the week ahead, in terms of MSP and MacWatch, I think it's still touch and go, honestly. He hasn't tapped out for certain, but he's still, catching up on the bills.
Mm-hmm.
So, fairly good chance that the Mac won't be there this week. Putting that aside, we do have a new episode of MSP planned with or without him, as well as on Wednesday, May 6th, we will be welcoming Ease of Umbra. I'm like, so he's here, very much a neophyte, one of them, early 20s, building their first game of note in Umbra. Umbra is a combat-based story platformer. Play as Rem, making her way through the world of Umbra, trying to stop the forces of light from destroying your home. You've picked up two mysterious strangers. They get back. They get you back to mostly full health, minus a missing arm, and send you on your way. Use this sword of the previous vessel to hack and slash your way to victory. The demo currently contains 2 levels in the tutorial, and we did handed us some brand new footage recorded in the past few days. What especially attracted me to this game is not just the fact that it looks pretty stunning for a first-time project in motion, but also it's using a programming language or engine tool set that we haven't talked about yet, and that's Pico 8. Not saying that this is our first Pico 8 developer, but if they use Pico 8, we never talked about it. So I look forward to that. I hate that. Anyway, no Friday show this week. So until next time, be sure to tune in, and I wish you good gaming.